Welcome to USW Year-End Awards.
Welcome to the 2024 Year-End Awards Banquet for United States Wrestling. Honor, legacy, and tradition lives here on this night. Please silence your cellular devices, but feel absolutely free to take as many photos and videos as you would like. We are documenting history this evening, and we are so very thankful to have you a part of it. Without further ado, please welcome the hosts of the evening, the voice of the USW, Dave Mace, and the golden tongue of the USW, Evan Wade.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Evan, we have made it to the 2024 Year-End Awards, and what better way than to recognize the hard work put in by all of the stars of USW.
You are absolutely right, Danny. 8 awards to announce tonight with our winners. What a night it's going to be for us.
Absolutely. And fans, in addition to those, we have 2 very prestigious awards that will be presented this evening. The first being the Patriot Award that we heard about in the pre-show with the president of United States Wrestling, Kayla Hardy. That's going to honor a workhorse employee honored and nominated by their peers, which is a very special recognition when your peers recognize your hard work. And of course, let's not forget about arguably, at least for me, the highlight of the night. We are inducting our first USW Hall of Famer, Playboy Bobby Starr.
Let's not waste any more time. You guys look great tonight, and as we know, in the wrestling business, looks go right along with the wrestling skill. Our first award to announce is Gear of the Year.
Let's take a look at the nominees.
USW Gear of the Year nominees. Patriot.
I'm shaking, I can't open it. It's so exciting.
Don't worry, you're not holding up the whole show. That's the good news.
And the winner for the Gear of the Year,
Axel Crow!
I just want to say thank you all. My gear, my character, it means so much to me. And I promise that if you thought this year was great, next year's going to be even better.
Yeah!
off to such a great start here for the USW award ceremony.
Yeah, as long as people don't think we're clowning around after what we just saw. The dad jokes are only going to get progressively cringier as the night goes on, so if you sell for all of them, we are going to be here for a very, very long time.
Yeah, why don't we just stick to calling things right down the middle, Danny?
1, 2.
What are you doing?
Could have been a great ref, man. You know, right up there with Playboy, Bobby Starr, Earl Hebner, Nick Patrick. You're harshing my mellow, man. What's up?
Why don't we just stick to hosting this show here?
You look like Aubrey Edwards.
Fair enough. Let's look at the nominees for Referee of the Year.
USW Referee of the Year nominees. Jeremy.
Last jaw.
right, and the winner of Referee of the Year,
Owen Maverick!
Thank you guys. Obviously this year's been crazy for me, transitioning from a referee to a wrestler. It's too bad my name's engraved on this. Jamie Jones should have won, I'm not gonna lie. So, because of that, thank you guys. Thank you especially to the Kaczynski Penny family. I know that they were majority of votes. And let's hope 2025 Wrestler of the Year is on there, right?
Yeah.
oh my God! Oh my God!
That was impressive.
That's I don't have much, but I can do that. And remember when Joey Styles would say it, like, oh my God! You were supposed to do it with me. This crowd. I don't know about that. I'll have to try again later. You did not pass the test.
You guys work in the wrestling business, right?
Oh, it's too late now. Yeah. The moment's gone now. Yeah, it's ruined.
That was absolutely impressive. I haven't been able to make the speaker system do that myself, so congratulations to you, because that's an achievement in itself. I thought something was wrong there at first, but... You know.
No. Everything is just right, because this next award has some super slutters in it.
Did it ever, my friend, the OMG Moment of the Year?
USW OMG Moment of the Year nominees. The Spider Lady gets hit by Hot Spears Adam Armstrong is
All right, Owen. Yeah!
Hot Spear and Austin USW OMG Moment of the Year nominees.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the winner of OMG Moment of the Year,
The Spider Lady gets hit with a drumstick.
It's so broken.
I didn't really have anything prepared because I was joking when I said all three. But wow, glorifying something that shouldn't have happened to me at all because I'm amazing and that should have never happened. So I didn't really have anything planned, so I guess I'll just thank the old hag who hit me because you're sitting on your couch right now and I have an award in my hand, so thank you. Next.
you know, Evan, we are already almost at the halfway point of the show, and I gotta say, I think we make a pretty good team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we do.
You know, if we were ever in the ring together, what would our name be?
That's a good question. Maybe
The Legion of Vocal Nation.
Ooh, I like that. How about the Talk Foundation?
Interesting. How about
The nation of vocal nation.
Did I say that
Ooh,
twice?
I like that. No. Was that twice? I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm coming
I got it. How about Danny Sawyer and Evan Blackthorne? Yeah, it's got some potential.
That's just a license to get beat up around here.
All right, well, hopefully they'll go for you and not me. I'm shorter and smaller and more Don't. Just, I don't want to get into an altercation, so let's just get to the nominees for Tag Team of the Year.
USW Tag Team of the Year nominees. USW Tag Team of the Year nominees.
And the winner of the USW Tag Team of the Year,
Brian Hardy and Axel Crow.
Where's your belts? They ain't getting them.
Well, I don't have any big plans.
Brian is speechless?
Yeah, this is kind of a shock. I'd like to see the winnings on this.
Where's the envelope?
Same thing. Owen said it best earlier with the Jeremy Jones thing. First off, I just want to give props where props are due. Axel Crow, the thing I don't know, that people realize is in situations like this, you travel up and down these roads and you go to a lot of different locker rooms and you're never really sure who you're going to run into and how they're going to treat you and vice versa. Axel Crow is a guy that every hotel I walk into, every venue I walk into, I'm always so excited to see him. And it doesn't matter where we are, what we're doing, he's always the coolest guy. And it's been a pleasure tag teaming with him this year, multiple times in USW, so that's cool. But really, honestly, taking a book from Owen Maverick, this award should have gone to the Radical Stars, honestly. So.
Danny, do you remember your first night in the wrestling business?
I do. Interestingly enough, my very first night in the wrestling business was the very first United States wrestling show. So that was the first time I was in the ring. I remember it fondly. I remember working with Playboy Bobby Starr was on that show. Brian Hardy was on that show. So a wonderful memory that I'll never forget.
My first night in the wrestling business was a company called EPPW, and I was working not only ring announcing, but timekeeping, music, the fog machine, the lights, you name it. It was all up to me. And I had a blast, man. I fell in love from day one. And 7 years later, here I am with one of the greatest companies ever, USW.
That's a wonderful story. We're both so excited to be part of United States Wrestling. To be a rookie in the business, Evan, it's many things. It's exciting. It's scary because you may not know exactly where you fit in, but it's fresh. And fresh faces in the business are always a good thing.
Indeed, indeed. Here are the nominees for Rookie of the Year.
USW Rookie of the Year nominees. Owen Luscious. USW Rookie of the Year nominees.
And the winner for Rookie of the Year,
Owen Maverick!
Rookie year, right? First year is always the hardest. Started off as a referee, ending as a wrestler, ending as the only wrestler to beat that man, the silver screen champion. 1, 2, 3. You know, I earned myself a shot at that. This year I ended with 2 awards. Reminds me of another Owen I used to know, right? Owen. Yeah, we're not talking about him now. We're on to the new era. And 2024 was great. 2025 is going to be better because I'm going to have this on a shelf next to Referee of the Year and the silver screen title in between.
and certainly our silver screen champion Adam Armstrong a little riled up by the comments of our new Rookie of the Year. When you think of Match of the Year, what kind of qualifications come to your mind, Evan?
Well, obviously, you need a good partner.
All right.
You also need some good moves.
Okay.
And, what do you think?
That's you, bro.
Well, I'm thinking like slamming your opponent on a car, doing 9,000 flipperoonies off turnbuckles, blood everywhere in a Kentucky field, pulling each other's hair out.
Okay, we get it. Here are the nominees for Match of the Year.
USW Match of the Year nominees. The Kentucky Backwoods Brawl. Animal Street Fight. Ryan Hardy versus Hot Silver Starr in Stripes. Aaron Maverick versus Adam Armstrong. USW Match of the Year nominees.
And the winner for Match of the Year,
Luna Lynn versus the Spider Lady.
Okay, hi everyone. For people who may not know me, I'm Luna Lynn, and I want to take a moment to thank all the fans for all the love and support. Being nominated for 2 awards is incredible, and being the first USW Ladies Liberty Champion is amazing. And I'm so lucky for USW for giving me the opportunity to show that every woman can do anything.
Yeah!
Being the first ever Ladies of USW and winning Match of the Year is amazing. I'm so incredibly grateful for all the love and support from all the fans and all my friends and family. Stepping into this was definitely a challenge for me. It was filled with blood, sweat, and tears, and I thought I couldn't do it or I wasn't enough, and I had the perfect body. I decided to give myself a chance and put my mind to it. There were countless times when people told me I wouldn't be able to do it, but every time I heard those words, I felt an urge inside me to prove them wrong. To all the women out there and young girls, this is for you. No dream is too big, no goal is too far. You can do anything you put your mind to. This accomplishment shows whatever you put your mind to, we can achieve anything. Even though there were moments of doubt and difficult times, I believe that with hard work and determination, I could succeed. And now here we are standing strong and proud. You got this and you can do whatever you want. I also wanted to thank my mom and dad for always believing in me.
and for being my rock. Your love and support means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for everything you guys have done. And my siblings, thank you for their support. My best friend, thank you for sticking by my side through this whole journey. And I also want to thank Bobby Starr for being a guide and teaching me so much about wrestling and supporting me and having my back and talking about me, about anything I may need. Also, thank you again to all the fans and all your support throughout this journey. And hopefully I'll be able to lock up with the Spider Lady again sometime soon. I love you all so much, and thank you guys.
Okay, stop, 2 seconds. The match didn't end the way I wanted it to. I messed up. I did. I didn't go into the match with the most respect for her, and I hope we do lock up again, because I won't go in with respect again. I'm leaving with that belt if we lock up. Good luck.
Oh.
Okay. Good luck. Fighting words.
Think back to your childhood, Evan. It was a long time ago for me. I think maybe not quite as long for you. Do you remember who the biggest heels of your childhood were?
Oh, dude, I was a Paul Heyman SmackDown era kind of guy. So, JBL, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, and then when Eddie Guerrero turned heel, bro, oh, my heart sank.
It was a tough one. I go a little bit further back into the early '90s and the Ric Flairs and the Four Horsemen, and so I may be aging myself a little bit, but that's what hit home for me.
How about we take a look at the most hated of the year?
USW Most Hated of the Year nominees. Adam Most Hated of the Year nominees.
And the award for the most hated of the year goes to...
Sit down.
The Spider Lady.
Like, seriously.
Most hated? I started in October. You guys didn't even give me a chance. For my first show in USW. And I'm most hated?
Nobody likes you, so...
Shut up. I think that's crazy. But you guys have said that now. And I will live to it. So stop coming to the merch table and asking me, why did you cheat? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? You voted me most hated, and I will make sure I say that for next year. So be ready for anything. And I mean anything. I don't believe you, but
This next award that is being presented is a very special one, and Danny, we can't do this one here.
We certainly cannot, Evan, but to do the honors, please welcome the President of United States Wrestling, Kayla Hardy.
Let me start by saying thank you guys so much for coming, all of our wrestlers, for putting so much work and effort. It does not go unnoticed. Everybody here who is nominated honestly deserves the award. I wish we were $1 million company. We could just hand them out like ice cream, but we can't. This was 100% a fan-voted show. with the exception of the award that I'm about to give out today. I would say that this is probably the most prestigious award that we have because it is dedicated to one wrestler, who has really gone, or I don't want to say wrestler, one worker who has really gone above and beyond to really help our company. And whether that means advertising, podcasts, just really getting our name out there. We are a smaller company. We're working on a bigger role. And we really want to take over. We're going to start with the East Coast and work our way across, right? But we can't do that without all of our people here. This crew member was such a help, and really when we decided that we wanted to run a show not so close to home, who really took the initiative and messaged us and said, and I want to say probably the first one who messaged us and said, how can I help? And it was not when I tell you that this man was like, I will go and take my own money and I'm going to pass out flyers even if it was in the wrong city. And I will make phone calls and I will put up YouTube shows. And I mean, he really, late night phone calls, keeping me up all night. Thank you very much. But I can't say enough. I really, really can't say enough about this person. So without further ado, our Patriot of the Year award for the 2024 year is awarded to Mr. T-Bone Jones!
And hopefully next year I'll win the referee year.
What an exciting night it has been tonight. We still have 2 more awards to dish out this evening.
We sure do, Evan, and this next one is near and dear to the hearts of many, I know us included. We are about to make history as United States Wrestling opens the doors to its Hall of Fame. And let me tell you, there is no more deserving person in this company or any company that is a Hall of Fame wrestler, a Hall of Fame trainer, a Hall of Fame mentor, and a Hall of Fame human being, Evan.
I couldn't agree with you more. Let's take a look at the career of the first ever USW Hall of Fame inductee.
In today's world, the word legend is often thrown around without attachment. This evening, we gather at the very first ever year-end awards banquet for the USW Hall of Fame induction of Playboy Bobby Starr. Born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland, Bobby made his professional wrestling debut in 1988 under the training of Ricky Lawless, later at the Baltimore Monster Factory under the mentoring of Maryland wrestling legends Bad Boy Barry Hardy and Dwayne Gilbert Gill. In 1991, Bobby would get his first major call to wrestle for Ted Turner's World Championship Wrestling, which he would be a weekly mainstay on into the year 1997. Under no long-term exclusive contract, this allowed Bobby the opportunity to appear on television for the World Wrestling Federation while also traveling to independent wrestling promotions all over the country. Being recognized for battling some of the biggest names in the industry, Bobby's 36-year career would not slow down after his time in the ring. He would continue to make his presence known as a manager, referee, and in the last year, a backstage talent agent. Passing on his knowledge to the next generation of stars, Bobby is a role model to so many in this industry. His unselfishness and ability to help talent get over is something that will never be forgotten for generations to come. A family member, a friend, a talent, a mentor, a legend. And tonight, people will forever remember Playboy Bobby Starr as USW Hall of Fame.
my honor and my privilege to present to you the inaugural member of the United States Wrestling Hall of Fame, Playboy Bobby Starr!
Stopped all over.
That's good editing.
Wow. There's so many things to talk about. 30 years. It's kind of like your editor's gonna play hell with this. So 30 years in this business. You get to travel all over the country, travel around the world actually. And like Brian said earlier, you meet people that if it wasn't for the business, you would never get that chance. In 1988, the wrestling world was on fire. And all we ever wanted to do was put your foot in the door. I wasn't the guy, like, some people want to be Hulk Hogan, and sure, I'd love to have his bank account, but I like my privacy. And when I went with his father, Barry Hardy, was in Baltimore Monster Factory, that shot me up because everybody knew me locally, stuff like that. We would do all the local shows. But for you guys that are here tonight, I want you to think about it this way. Back in my day, if you got to work 3 or 4 times a year, it was a lot. There wasn't indies everywhere. There wasn't insane payoffs that what the kids get today. But we would fight and scratch, and you would see a crew. And my issue, the reason I get so upset at stuff like this, is I start, and we can't freeze frame the video, but like my partner, Timmy. He took off without me. And so many friends. And it's like, hold on a second. This is ridiculous. I've been cutting promos for 30 years. I've had trouble with 2. This one when my mom died. And Brian told me it was going to be rough. And I screwed my entire speech up because I didn't, everything I had in my mind, and it's called working gentlemen. Yes. You kind of shoot from the hip and you call it like it is. But right now I work for very few companies, USW being number 1. These 2 kids back here, and you House of Pain. ECW.
Yeah, Chucky.
And the only reason I'm doing it is to try to pass it on. I'm not getting rich quick. I mean, I'm having a blast though. People like Jonathan Cross. You kill me because you're like the modern day me with the crazy clothes. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. I don't feel like Bob tonight. Come here.
Take it off.
You know, I've heard that in so many towns. I haven't worked one of these in a while, and I've been home too long.
Holy crap. Oh my god.
there's so many people to thank. And I'll be totally honest with you. This kid right here, I told you the first time I met you, and I kept my word and I always will. You're up here, kid. I gotta watch how I say that, but let's just say all the ladies and gentlemen that have been winning all the awards tonight, I knew you weren't even thought of. Well, maybe. I know Brian and Kayla. But it's really cool that I get to sit in the back. Even though I want to be out in the ring every night, you can ask Brian. I ask all the time. You can ask these two. I bug them every single show. And yeah, I'm getting older, and it's time to pass it on. So the way I pass it on is by teaching. There's so many people, like really quick. People like Sherry Martel. It's hard to explain how this business works. I don't see you for a month at a time. But when I do see you, you hug me, and it's like we never lost a second. Finish the conversation we started last time. And that's for some of you that don't travel as much, you don't understand that. From 1995-ish, every week, all the people I work with disappeared. And I'll be one eventually. In fact, this past year, I thought I was going to be one. And like Jonathan Cross, we had many talks, having chest pains and all this other crazy stuff, and you took up for me, you took the show, and I still thank you to this day. And I can see referee that you're coming to stick with it. But if I can do anything to extend my friends' memories, like Sherry, like the Road Warriors, I can't begin to explain to you when I went to Canada for the first time to the WWF, not this WWE shit. And I stood there with a friend of Brian's dad's, Bobby Knight. Now, if you can imagine, about this tall, his chest is out to here because he took gas and all he did was chest. They stick me with this guy at the Cops Coliseum. If anybody watched the Royal Rumble, the very first one, same building, humongous, sold out. We walk out. We watch an interview happen. The Road Warriors come out with President Paul Ellering and Rocco the Puppet. Well, the problem was they forgot Rocco the Puppet. And the way the WWF worked back then, when you screw up, they make you do it immediately again. So they walked out, the music cued, crowd popped and they're scratching their head going, what is this shit? Well, guess who they were coming to meet next? Because their music was hitting a third time. And if you ever heard the legend of the Road Warrior Pop, I knew all about it because I turned around at the referee. I said, what did I do wrong, dude? This is like my first time here. Why am I getting killed the first time? Turned around, and that was the end of that. Ended up blowing both knees out by the end of that night. And I'll never forget, Road Warrior Hawk walked up to me and he said, here, little brother, put these in your pocket, and here, take these. You'll be fine. And such was my introduction to painkillers. I was so trashed that trip. But I tell you what, I still to this day have a bad right knee. Thanks, Hawk. I got to put the MEWF tag team titles on the Comet, which was Cole Punishment with Danny McDevitt and Hawk. And I'll never forget it because we go in the dressing room. Hawk walks up to me and he knew me from WWF and he says, hey kid, is this shit gonna get over? I said, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know, man. I'm not. At the time, he hadn't done a whole lot of independence yet. I said, dude, they're gonna love you. And he screams as he dives off the top rope and takes my head off. And all I did is I hit the mat. I looked up. I said, "Why do we got to do this shit every town we go to, bro? This isn't fair. When do I get to win?" All I did was laugh. That was a big surprise when we lost the Room Warriors, one at a time. And like I said, no matter what story, that's what Brian told me. He said, "I said, all right, what do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to do?" He goes, "Just go up and tell a couple of stories." And I go to my girlfriend Christine. I said, I don't want to go up there in front of these people and like, you know, the tears are going to come. These are my friends. And I made new friends now. But most of my older friends are gone. We partied in a lot of towns. Everything that Ric Flair says, shit is true. I've been in a bar and watched him throw someone out, a guy named Eric Walker, because he would not drink. Oh shit, give me a shot, quick. And now, woo, Ric Flair drip, baby.
That's right.
How times have changed. All I can say is that in 25, I pretty much made up my mind that I'm going to continue with USW, and I'm also going to put back on the ring at least once. And I'm also going to be in at least one tag match.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, 2 minutes. There's not many people, well, actually everybody in this room pretty much, except for like anyone from outside the business. I painted my face for many years. And I had a thing earlier this year with skin cancer I had to deal with. It's gone. And Christine has never seen me. Well, actually, she did once.
And I don't like it.
Right before this stuff started, and I was scared to put paint on it because I wasn't sure what it was. I sat down in my basement and I went, man, it's been a long time. Go upstairs and get the bag. I said, he's an asshole. Let's put him on. And it's something about the business. And you young guys, wait, you're screwed. Because I see what you do, and it's for the love of the business, because I know that shit hurts. You know, I've been there before. But I am going to try to enhance a career with a tag match. Actually, 2. I like Adam. That's a young pop star on the budget. There's a difference. Where am I at, baby?
You don't have to take what?
Where am I
I'm
at?
not telling you to take it.
I'm just checking.
Don't put that on me.
I don't hear, all right, asshole, that's enough from that side. And he's not doing this. Maybe I let you know, yeah. But I want to thank the Hardys. You take all this bullshit away. Without these two, you guys wouldn't be working, the shows are working. Okay? And I include you too. Because you guys run out of your own pocket. You don't ever know what you're going to draw. The only promotion I know right now that's running that doesn't sell tickets till the night of the show and packs the building every time we're there. Right? And these fans are great. The fans are different crowds, but now we're starting to get people. When somebody told me, I was at an ATCW show, I think. It was one of the two. And Christine goes, man, I saw those people before. I said, really? Where at it? Elmore. I said, I can't say what I said. Let's just say, how many people, as a fan, are going to drive from Elmore, West Virginia, way back here? I'm thinking, God, this guy doesn't have a life. But that's called dedication, and it's dedication because there's a million wrestling shows. But there's not a million wrestling companies that go out of their way to get some old bastard like me to come in to sit there and listen. And no, I can't do the backflips these young kids do. I watch what this kid does all the time, and I'm just like, he's got to be losing his freaking mind. But it's amazing, and it's an amazing talent to be able to work like that and to keep working like that. That's the trick. See, in my day we were to make it look as real as possible and not hurt one another, because we have to do the same shit tomorrow night 350, 400 miles away. And the following night. And the following night. Some of the guys were working 40 and 60 days at a time without going home. I'm going to say, and I'm really shooting from the hip here trying to remember, I missed, I think, 6 or 7 of my mom's birthdays. Literally got screwed. I was either driving to the friggin' show or was at a show. And I would always make a call and see you young bucks. We didn't have things called cell phones. You had to sit there and put 72 quarters in a friggin' paper. And then I met Julio Sanchez, who bought this neat thing at Radio Shack. And since the statute of limitations up, I can tell this story. He bought this little gimmick at Radio Shack about that big. It was a speaker, and I'll be damned if he didn't program the sound of a quarter, drop it into a payphone. And we would take that son of a bitch to Ramada, and you would dial the number, and it would say, please add $4.70 whatever cents. And you hit the button, click, 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 and listen to it. Click, and make sure nobody sees what you're doing, right? You're trying to get paid. Sure as shit, worked every time. Last time I was at the Ramada, and well, it's not even the Ramada anymore, but they ripped that payphone out because they owed about $30,000. That was hilarious. Cheers, Julio.
That was his booking fee.
I'm calling it.
But the point I was trying to make is, and I know it's kind of sappy, whatever, it's just me. I could never get them 6 days back. It's been that was my biggest thing. She couldn't come to shows. She came twice. She came to one show and I broke 3 bones in my back. She came to the next show. I got inducted into the MCW Hall of Fame. And that night, I took one bump, backdrop, she's gone. I looked up, all I saw was her running across the back of the building. I'm out of here, I'm not watching this shit. But in recent history, in the last 10 years, I became next up in my family. I have one aunt left and then my cousins. And it's a strange thing because I know they were proud of me, I know they watched me on TV every week. Came to shows every once in a great while. But the one thing that a lot of us give up is the thing that everybody else takes for granted because they have it. Their wife, their kids, their family, you know. That's one thing I'm glad that the business has changed slightly, because I doubt even if you were to hit it big in this, anybody in this room, Jesus Christ, they only work like Mondays and Tuesdays and Saturdays. Like, they don't do anything compared to what we did. But it's like, hold on to your family and hold them tight. Because you only get one. And once they're gone, they're gone. But, you know hook yet?
You're not good.
If he was alive, and there's only going to be a couple of people in this room, but I got to mention this guy. Brian, who am I about to mention? There was one man that would jump my ass every time he saw me pick up a microphone. In Baltimore, his name was Lou Lee. He was from the State Athletic Commission. And every night when he walked into the dressing room, he does physicals and stuff like that. Bob, stay off that goddamn microphone. We only got about, 3 hours for the show. I love you, Lou. So who else do I mention? Lady sitting right over there. You know, Christine came back into the picture. It's so funny when I'm watching this video, and a mutual friend, let's say, John Crystal, we tagged in WWF, was my last match ever in the company, against The Rock and the, was it Rock and Godfather? Godfather in Richmond, Virginia. And what's funny was, she was friends with John Crystal. I had no clue. And we're sitting there talking one day. I'm like, I gotta hit John up. I said, John, guess who I'm doing, dude? Check this out. He calls me up. He goes, "You son of a bitch." We'll leave it at that, because me and John got into a lot of trouble over the years. But it's cool. And she's taken care of me a lot in the last year with all the health stuff and whatever. And I got to get that straight first. Once that's straight, one way or another, young bastards are going to be killing me again, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it for the Hardy family, the whole family. Because you guys, you didn't have to do this at all. You could be calling your father. You could be calling Uncle Dwayne. But Chris has got first-hand knowledge of this, because we've argued about it a lot. No, it's not like that. There are certain people in the business that you become, you hear people say brother or sister, whatever, shit like that. And people will look at you sometimes. Like, my best friend in the world is Ruckus, if you guys know him.
Yeah.
And the funniest story I can tell you about him is I'm sitting on his couch, and I have been visiting Ric Flair trip all day. And let me tell you, Ruckus is as black as black.
Now you might have to get the hook, Bob.
No, it's much better. Well, Mama Ruckus is blacker. Beautiful black woman. And she walks out of her bedroom, and Ruckus fixes, what are them things called? The video games. Okay? So it wouldn't be the first time that I'm sitting on the couch trashed, and these people come knocking on the door, like, "Yo, Pee-wee, you got my shit?" Usually when I hear that, that's not what they're talking about. But they're like, "Yeah, man, come in. I'm finishing it up." And he had to put the lid back on the machine. His mom comes along by, she says, "Hey, son, how you doing?" And this dude looks at me, and he looks up at Miss D, and looks back at me, and he goes, "Ain't no goddamn way." I love you, Ruckus. And Megan. I wish they could have been here tonight. There's a few, and Brian being one of them. I'm friends with all you guys. Always have been, always will be. That's when you earn my respect, I call you brother. It's not everybody. Trust me, there's quite a few that I don't really should be throwing off a bridge. But in closing, do I get a pop for that one?
Yeah!
I told you I'd tell them until they get pop for me. This is amazing. And it's going to be added to the wall, and I will promise you this because she'll be the one hanging it up. And it will be at the top because it's going to be the last one. Because when I'm done, I'm done. And when I take the tights off, after 2 tag matches,
Right.
and at least 1 single, well 3.
Rookie of the year, 1, 2.
For your sake, kid. You'll break your wrist, I'll break your neck. Okay. I'm not going to lie, which is something that wrestlers don't do well. I'm not going to tell you when, but it's coming, but I'm going to have my last match with this company. And when it's done, I'll let everybody know. Hopefully it draws a couple people anyway. But like I said, when I'm done, I'm done. I'm going to be a coach for a backstage talent for as long as Brian will have me. And all of you guys, you're the only family I got left. You guys and Christine. That's it. Everybody else is so busy, and like I said, in real life I have 1 aunt and 3 cousins, and that's about it. A bunch of nieces and nephews. But And that's what's important to me. In closing, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank the powers that be that made this happen. Hint, hint. And you were right, you bastard. That video killed me. Thank you.
That, Danny, was incredibly well deserved.
Absolutely. The waterworks just turned off, but now I have the contact high from him mentioning ruckus. So I'm trying to balance that out.
Well, sir, you know what time it is, don't you?
Clobbering time?
Yeah. All right, I like it.
I told you guys that dad jokes are not going to get
It is time for the biggest year-end award of all. Let's take a look at the nominees for Wrestler of the Year.
USW Wrestler of the Year nominees. Anthony. Yeah. The second USW Wrestler of the Year nominees.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the bar is set high. Your winner of the 2024 USW Wrestler of the Year goes to
the second generation sensation, Brian Hardy!
Good Lord, I'm not prepping speeches. This is crazy. Okay, I literally just said, I turned around and looked at Huxley, I said, I kind of hope it's you, but I know it's going to be Axel Crow. That's literally what I just said to him. I said, I hope it's you, but I think it's going to be Axel Crow. No, I was going to say, it's close?
It was close between you and Axel.
Oh my gosh.
Read the paper off. Yeah, make Axel feel bad.
It was close.
Alright, so it's, holy
You know how
crap.
to read it?
Yeah, it's 28.3% for Brian Hardy, and it's 24.1% for Axel Crow. So that was close. Holy crap, that's crazy. They got the results posted on the back of all these. This is wild. I don't have anything written, like I said, so I'm just going to try to not take as much time as Bob did. Otherwise they'll be telling me to go home with it.
You didn't say let it rip. Why?
Guys, first off, give it up for Danny and Evan tonight. This is kind of crazy. So last night I was probably not the nicest person in the world. So I owe every single person in here that was in here last night an apology at some point in time, because I can kind of get my Vince McMahon on when I'm trying to prep things like this. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. We had a red carpet draped this way last night. Things were all, it was just crazy.
And I lose sleep over this kind of stuff. I put my whole heart and soul into everything in this business. And like I said, I love and adore each and every one of you that are around me. I think the craziest thing, to be honest with you, is you have to give thank yous. You know, I can apologize to people later, but you have to give thank yous where thank yous are due. And first off, Kayla Hardy has made this entire thing happen. Start to finish. The daughter-in-law, Maddie, was right by her side doing all that stuff. Thank you. And a big shout out to my cousin Heather, who literally put this whole thing together and made everything possible. So, I mean, they literally, the three of them were running around like crazy. It has just been absolutely nuts. They were doing everything. So, wow. This year, absolutely insane. I got to wrestle King Kalua. I got to do 6-man tag matches. I got to be in a hotel pool at 3 o'clock in the morning taking a doomsday device from Axel Crow and Robbie. I got to literally be slammed through a car window by Huck Sawyer. I got beat with a, you know how bad these cords hurt? I got beat by Huck Sawyer with a cord. But I mean, honestly, all of these guys, everybody, you know, the Anthony Ruckers, the Robbie Waynes, the Axel Crows, the Huck Sawyers, the King Kaluas, everybody is more than worthy of this award this year. Everybody put in the work. Everybody busted their butt. And I can say in 2025, I'm not slowing down. I thought about it time and time and time again. I'm not slowing down. I think, if anything, I'm just going to go a little bit harder. But the thing was, I told my wife, I said, we're going to see so many new areas in 2025. We started slow in 2024. We wanted to hit the boonies of West Virginia and stuff like that. 2025, we're talking Delaware, we're talking Pennsylvania, we're talking New York City. How's that sound? We're doing it because there's people that talk about it and there's people that do it, and I'm the person that always does it. So it's been that way since I was a kid. It's going to stay that way as an adult. And like I said, from the tiniest of tiny lows of people that might just call and say, hey man, I shared the flyer out, I appreciate that. From the highest of highs to a guy like Jeremy Jones, who got the Patriot Award tonight, who literally would sit on the phone with me for hours and say, where do you want me to put flyers? What do you want me to do? He showed up as the first freaking person in the ring crew hours in advance, which, I mean, is insane. Anybody that knows how heavy those rings are and stuff like that, it's pouring down rain and all that. I mean, Huck Sawyer knows that. He's the head of the ring crew for USW now. But Jeremy Jones was there, and without a doubt, anytime I needed something, even today, he's like, if you need me to come down early and set up the building, I'll set up the building for you. I'm like, Jeremy, just come to the award show and hang out. Like, just relax, just have a good time. Well, I'll help clean up afterwards. No, just come to the award show and hang out. So, it's awesome. I am so grateful for being here with all of you guys, and this is something that is going to continue to be done every year, on the year, every December. We're going to do these year-end awards. I think we did it the best way possible from what I'm seeing right here. The grand total tonight was 286 people had voted all the way around the board. That wasn't just one category. That means 286 people voted for every single person in every single category. They went down the line, oh, I'll vote for this guy, this guy, this guy. So, dude was nominated for the most categories tonight, honestly. So.
But he didn't win!
It's true.
Exactly.
But, I mean, like I said, I'm breaking the fourth wall, but anytime that I need something done, and I've said this for years and years and years, whether it's saying to Evan, hey man, I need you to film a pre-show, hey Danny, can you please make sure the plaque is done, it looks really, really nice, and blah, blah, blah for Bob, because if not, he's going to say, you know, I need one of them damn plaques. And more so than anything, guys like Jonathan Cross, who will literally sit and, once again, breaking the fourth wall. I'm not supposed to be telling people that we talk, but a guy like Jonathan Cross, who will literally sit there and listen to me blabble and blabble and blabble on at 3 a.m. Because I feel like nobody else in the world cares about little old Brian Hardy. It's very, very, very awesome. And then you have guys like Bob Starr, who I don't think he realizes, like I said, I've called him Uncle Bob my whole life, but I don't think he realizes like what it means to me when, once again, after I've been beaten up in the pool by Axel Crow and everything like that, he's sitting down with me and I'm just drinking beers inside of the hotel lobby and we're signing autographs and taking pictures with people because they knew. But he's just sitting there with me and it's just Uncle Bob just hanging out with me. I'm drinking, he's talking, and he's telling me real life stuff. Sometimes it doesn't even have to do with the business. And he's always stressed to me how important it is that I took care of my family and did the right thing. So, with that being said, I'm trying not to drag on, but that is more valuable than, and I'm not saying I'm not gracious for it, but that kind of stuff is more valuable to me than any trophy, any championship belt, any of that kind of stuff, or waking up and having breakfast with Aunt Chris and Uncle Bob and just shooting the shit for a while and stuff like that. I love all of you guys, and all I can say is 2025 is getting way bigger. Thank you. I know I'm like not name dropping a million people I should be. I love the pennies and all that kind of stuff. So, guys, thank you so much. And really, what I want to say tonight, just thinking about it, because I was just living a couple days, is Wrestler of the Year this year isn't for me. It's for Jay Briscoe. So, thank you.
What a night it has been here, Danny. The awards have been incredibly shocking all night long.
Absolutely, Evan. Shocking indeed. Congratulations to everyone. And Evan, it's been a pleasure. And you know, who knows? Maybe I'll have my people call your people. We'll host this thing again next year.
The pleasure has been all mine, my friend, and I'm looking forward to an awesome 2025 with USW.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you on the post-show red carpet. Thank you very much.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to see all the action of Referee T-Bone Jones Production.